Hey guys, it's me again. It's another Thoughts from the Farm. Uh, Over the weekend, had a Customs and Border Patrol agent get shot in Washington Heights or Washington Park, some park in New York City. They're all the same. It don't really matter. Uh, and I was watching the thing, and yeah, it's extremely sad that somebody got shot. And luckily, he was able to defend himself with his service weapon. He shot back, wounded one of them. Might not ever figured out who they were if he hadn't wounded that person. And of course, that person was an illegal alien that had no business being here. Had been kicked out before. Had been arrested quite a few times since he's been back in 2023, I believe. Uh, and then I was watching the thing, and there was one of the guys was saying on there, he's like the head of Border Patrol in New York, and he says that the the illegal alien picked the wrong guy. And yes, he did pick the wrong guy because he picked one of the very, very few people that are allowed to defend herself in New York City. Uh, I looked it up. Even with a concealed carry permit, you are not allowed to go into the parks armed. And I looked at Gemini and Grok to try to figure out what would happen, and both of them agreed that if it had been a regular citizen and he had done what that officer done, and he still would have faced charges for having that firearm inside a New York City park. Luckily, he's covered since he is an officer. But if it just been me or you in that park and somebody pulled a gun on us, we just gonna have to be at the whim of that bad guy because we can't we can't do anything to fight back except for try to throw hands. And what's that? Throwing hands against a gun is not a really good idea unless you just. Well, it's not a really good idea. It could be your only means if you think it's going to end badly either way. That could be the only thing you can do. But I mean, it's still you still got a really bad chances in hand to hand with a between a gun and just putting up dukes. Uh, but that's just one of my thoughts. That they looks like they're all putting this on illegal alien Joe Biden, which I completely understand. He had no business being here, and Joe Biden just put us all. Well, I ain't gonna say Joe Biden because I don't think he was in charge of half the stuff he done, but he his administration is the reason why we've got so much crime right now. And that's not just from illegal aliens. It's also from all the Democrats that are saying, that the Gestapo is out, and fight against them. These guys are catching the devil over what's going on. But main thing that I'm saying is need to be also looking at letting people in New York actually defend themselves. I'm from the great state of Georgia. I can defend myself. I know every time I pull my if I pull my firearm, I own every bullet that's in that gun. I got to determine where it's going to go. I have to be thoughtful of that, and that's why you train. But giving a person a chance is just, I mean, God gives us those are God given rights. Uh, New York City has no business telling you you can't carry your gun into a place that, hell, that's where, I mean, a large percentage of crimes happen there because criminals don't pay attention to gun laws. You notice that criminal wasn't allowed to have that gun there either, but some kind of way, I guess he couldn't read English, so he didn't know that he couldn't have a gun there. That's why he had his gun there. Uh, this is some thoughts from a old country boy here in Georgia. Hope y'all have a wonderful day and God bless you.